Many avid news enthusiasts know and trust Russia today for providing credible news from another perspective that is different from its Western counterparts. However, in March 2022, the state-funded Russian news channel was yanked from DStv Screens Africa, something that was seen as a controversial move from the platform. MultiChoice, of course, has reiterated that the channel's disappearance was something beyond their control. According to MultiChoice, the reason for RT suddenly going dark on DStv is attributed to the widespread sanctions imposed on Russia after its invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. This included media that is affiliated to Russia's state. MultiChoice explained that they relied on a third-party distributor for RT's international channel feeds. With the distributor also impacted by the EU's sanctions, RT could no longer be broadcast globally. Consequently, RT's signal to DStv was cut off in early March 2022, rendering the channel unavailable for African audiences. MultiChoice has maintained that this decision was out of their hands, as they did not actively choose to block RT. Instead, the cessation of the broadcast was the result of technical limitations caused by the sanctions. The company relies on satellite uplinks to distribute programming, and their satellite providers, based in the EU, were subject to the sanctions that blocked RT's signal. South Africa, notably, did not impose its own sanctions on Russia, making the situation more complex. The Independent Communications Authority of South Africa, the country's media regulator, even raised concerns over the lack of diversity in media when RT went off the air, given South Africa's principle of promoting plurality of views. Some political parties, such as the EFF, also criticized the removal, viewing it as a violation of freedom of speech. As of today, RT remains off-air on DStv. MultiChoice has not given any indication of when or if RT will return, stating only that it depends on the resolution of the global sanctions. It has now been more than 3 years since RT's removal, and despite speculation about possible changes, the geopolitical landscape remains uncertain. Before its removal, RT was also available on other South African platforms like Starsat and Telkom One. Starsat used the SES-5 satellite, meaning that their distribution remained undisturbed. However, Starsat has since stopped airing in the South African market due to its license issues with ICASA, and Telkom One was absorbed by the public broadcaster and rebranded into SABC+, meaning RT's absence now spans nearly all local platforms. RT's continued absence raises questions about whether this will become a permanent scenario or if global shifts in political alliances will lead to its reinstatement. MultiChoice has expressed that, should the technical and legal constraints be lifted, they would reconsider adding the channel back to their platform. However, this depends entirely on the easing of the sanctions that were the root cause of RT's removal. Despite this, RT's relevance in international media discussions, with many keeping a close eye on its future within African broadcasting,